Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lori Austin. I'll be your instructor for this semester for Calculus 2, Fall 2024. Here with my little pup Stella. She's a little chihuahua who is often sitting on my lap when I'm grading and in your Canvas course anyway. So I wanted to just introduce myself to you and give you a little tutorial of our Canvas class and what you can expect. So I've been teaching full-time at RVCC for almost 18 years now, and I've been teaching in general for almost 30 years. So I'm very excited to teach this course to you. I created the course last year and am very excited for you to learn from it. I've made a lot of videos and I am always available for help, and hopefully everything is clear to you. Hopefully you can find everything you need to find in the course, and if not, I'm always available to answer your questions. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. So I'm showing you now what you'll first see when you log on. It's just a welcome page. Gives you a little summary of the tabs you have available to you here on the side. It will also give a to-do list, and yes, it's going to be extensive. It's just going to keep listing every assignment that you have coming up. And the homeworks you will see are all due at the end of the unit. So we'll go over all that as we look at the modules. But the most important thing and where you're going to want to go, usually when you step into the course, is to the modules. So this will give us all of our weekly information and course information. Most of you are probably coming from a Calc 1 course at RVCC, in which case you may already have the access to our MyMathLab Calculus book. It will be the same. So if you took Calc 1 at RV, you should have no problem using your access to get right into my course. If you didn't, then you will need to purchase it. And in that case, here's all the information you need to purchase it. There is one slight change. The MyLabs and Mastering key that was over here is now called Access Pearson. So yeah, they just changed the name. So anywhere you see MyLabs and Mastering, it's really Access Pearson. So let's kind of go through, but if you do need to purchase, and here's my suggestion: if you are on financial aid, you are required to use our bookstore, which case you can click the Brightwave course material and that'll take you right to get the course material, and you'll get an access code that you'll be able to plug in, because our material is for the most part all digital. If you're not, you can purchase it directly while registering and you get a slightly discounted rate because you're not paying the markup fee. So while everything is digital, you get a digital ebook and everything else, you of course are more than welcome. Many of you, if you took Calc 1, you might already have one, is go anywhere you can to find a used edition of the actual textbook. All right, so let's see what else is under course information. Oh, most importantly, our syllabus. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I think at this point you've made it to Calc 2. You know how to look at a course syllabus. Everything is in here. What I will point out is if you do need to email me, it's always best for this course to go through Canvas. If you reach out to me in the Outlook, which is what I use mostly for college business, it just may take me a little bit longer to get back to you. Also, when you email me in Outlook, it actually tells me what class you're in, which is really helpful for me to answer your questions. I also have my student hours. I am in the West building on the 3rd floor in West 319. And I have student hours Tuesdays from 11 to 12:30 and Wednesdays from 11 to 12. I do teach on campus. I teach a calculus course 8:30 to 11 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm always in class till 11. You can usually find me in my office right after 11. You can always find me in my office during these times if you just want to stop in, say hi, whatever you want to do, get some help. I will, of course, host virtual office hours. These are suggested times. They are not mandatory. Monday 4 to 5, Friday 9 to 11:30. I'm not going to be hanging out on Zoom waiting for you to stop in, though. I found a lot of students don't pop in, so that's kind of a waste of time. What I will do is ask you to just send me an email on Canvas and make an appointment. Say, hey, I'd like to come to your 4 o'clock office hour on Monday. Great. I'll give you the Zoom link. You'll meet me. It'll be one-on-one and we'll be able to go over anything. And again, these are suggested times. We can, if you work till 6 every day and you need to meet me at 7 o'clock at night, we can make that happen within reason. Even if you need to meet on the weekend, if I'm available, I will happily set up a time with you on the weekend. So keep that in mind as we go through the semester. So the Math and Computer Science Department Chair is now Dee Dee Patel. I did the job for the last 6 years, so I am now happily focused on teaching. And so if you need anything, I do ask if you have any issues, of course, with the course or anything, you come talk to me first, because that's the first thing she's going to say. Did you talk to your instructor? So just come talk to me first. And if it doesn't get resolved, you can always talk to the department chair. So again, here's the information on our textbooks. Many of you probably bought option 2 when you did Calc 1 because you knew you were going to have to take Calc 2. Technology. So really for this course, Desmos will be your friend. If you prefer GeoGebra, it's very similar to Desmos. I find Desmos even better than our graphing calculators. Some of you are engineering majors and perhaps you're taking that MATLAB course. You are welcome to play around with that. If you reach out, I can, I'm not overly familiar with MATLAB, but I do have some codes. If you want to go integral codes or something like that and you're really trying to learn it, you're welcome to use that. When I say use that for homeworks, labs, practice, of course on test, you will not have any graphing material. Any graphs that are needed, I will place on the test itself. So, graphing calculators, if you don't have one, don't worry about it. Honestly, the Desmos app on the phone is all you really need. So that's entirely up to you. It's recommended. It's not necessary. So, of course, you're in this course because hopefully you passed Calc 1 with a C or better. If not, then you're going to want to probably leave this course and go back to Calc 1. So we're pretty straightforward. 4 exams. Now, these exams will be taken in a testing center. If you're near RVCC, I give you usually a 3 to 4 day window. Maybe for the final exam, I only give you a 2-day window. All those dates will be given to you up front, so you'll know when they are. I'll send constant announcements reminding you, hey, next week you got a test coming up. It's available from, say, Thursday to the following Monday. I give you plenty of time, so there is no reason, do not schedule and say, hey, I'm going to take, if I give you a test from Thursday to Monday, saying you're going to take it at 4 o'clock on a Monday is probably not the best option, because if you run into an issue, I'm going to be like, yeah, but I gave you a 4-day period. So please keep that in mind when you're scheduling yourself to take tests. If you're not close to the RVCC testing center, but there's another one near you. So testing centers can usually be found at community colleges, at 4-year public colleges, at universities, or at libraries. You just need to reach out, make sure they're willing to accommodate you for a test, and then I will communicate. Let me know who they are. You got to send me an email letting me know who they are. I'll communicate with them, approve them, and then of course send them the testing material, and they'll send it back to me when you've completed it. So there are 8 labs. They are group labs, and we'll talk about those in a minute. They're worth 15% of your grade. They are awesome practice for the tests. That's the best thing I can say. Your labs really prepare you for the exams. So does your homework. Your homework, you get to redo over and over in Math Lab, and that's worth 15% of your total grade. They should be done weekly. The due date is the date the unit test is available. But at the same time, you have till the end of the semester to just keep improving your grades to get to that 100%. That 100% makes a big deal because it's 15 points of your total final grade. So let's suppose you end up with a 59 in the course and you did 0 homework. Yeah, add 15 to 59. you would have passed had you done all the homework. So just keep that in mind as we're going through everything. And of course, a cumulative final exam. And all that. We've got plenty of time to get that information out. And we'll talk about labs in a minute. So please, like any syllabus, make sure you read through everything. I do list everything. So this is what's in each module. So week 1, this is what you're going to expect to find in the week 1 module. This is what you're going to expect to find in the week 2 module, and so on and so on and so on. You know, and there you can see all homework due before the test. So let's take a look at those modules. So also under course information, besides the syllabus, here's the RVCC Testing Center info. I do provide, I believe, yes, a link in case they change their hours so you know exactly what their hours are. So do check that before you would go and take a test. I give you 2 hours for your exam, so you're going to want to show up at least 2 hours prior to their closing time. Okay, and again, all the information if you need to register for math lab. Group work guidelines. Group work is mandatory. This is a lab course. On campus, the course meets 5 hours a week. It has 5 contact hours, whether online or on campus. So what does 5 contact hours mean? It means 3 hours of lecture and 2 hours of group lab work. So it is built into the course. You cannot email me and say, I choose to work alone. That's not an option. I'm sorry. I do provide you with lots of information, though. Why groups are required. Some tips to work with your groups. You know, students have done all kinds of things. Some of them use the group discussion board that I provide to every group for the entire semester. And they end up with like 100 and some posts, but that's okay. That's what works for them. What I do ask is everybody has to go in. Every group member must check into that group discussion board within the first couple days of the class. And these will be set up on the first day of class on Wednesday. I don't have full enrollment yet, so I got to wait till Wednesday. Everybody has to go in and check in with each other, have that little discussion that I can see that you're finding out, okay, how do you want to do this? Some people use Google Docs. Some people just use their phone. They share their phone number and they find texting a lot easier. There's all sorts of ways that students have come up with to work together as a group as long as the whole group agrees. I have hints of what to do if a group member is not participating. So you can click on any of these and read what I have. I am not going to let a group member who did nothing have a grade for your group. I'm going to be honest. What I tend to do, if you have a group member, they haven't posted the discussion board, I haven't seen them participate, you're telling me, every group member's telling me they haven't participated, they go into another group with all the other students who aren't participating. And if none of them participate, that group has a 0. So they're not going to get your grades. I ask everybody to work together. This is how you're going to learn. Whether you all do the lab, share it with each other the day before it's due, and pick the best one to post, but every group will only post 1 lab. And the way it's set up, when I write comments on it and give feedback, everybody in the group will see those comments and that feedback. Okay. So this course, you got to know your algebra. You found that out in Calc 1. You don't get through Calc 1 without knowing your algebra. It's the same for Calc 2. So this is just some basic review stuff that I've posted in case you struggled with trig identities or, factoring or any of this other stuff from pre-calculus, from Calc 1. If there's something from Calc 1 you just don't remember how to do, you can click. I think this just takes you to my YouTube channel that has every video for every Calc 1 lesson. So maybe you don't remember how to do U-sub. Go to the section on U-sub. Maybe you don't, remember certain types of derivatives. Whatever you need, just go ahead and you have access to those Calc 1 videos. Desmos, we're going to use that one a lot. GeoGebra is kind of cool. And I think in one of the videos I show it because it has an applet that really gives a great visual for doing rotations around an axis, something that you'll see in my videos, don't necessarily draw very well. Wolfram Alpha. So here's what's cool about when you get to Calc 2. You don't always, when you're doing the labs and everything, have to work out all the integrals because they're going to get very tedious. Wolfram Alpha is a great integral tool. There's other ones out there. Yeah, plug the integral in and let them evaluate all the tedious stuff. The hardest part, especially in the first section of this course, is actually setting up those integrals. So again, I'm hitting my 15-minute mark, so I want to finish this up. So a typical module will just have all the information that's needed. It'll have the videos. It'll have some notes. Your lab information and the homework problems. So this is everything from 6.1 to 6.4. And then here you have everything from 6.3 to 6.5. These videos I made myself, sitting in a room. I did like a little room, like probably 5 or 6 a day. If you come across any little mathematical error, it happens. I might say the number 5 and accidentally write the number 3 or vice versa. Just let me know. I am happy to go into any video and fix it. I know the content's there. I know the concepts are there. So please do. If you see anything like that, I will happily fix those videos. So I hope you enjoy the course. I'll be sending you announcements regularly to keep up with you, and I'll be answering all your questions. There's a lot, and I hope to maybe if you stop in and see me on campus, or we get a chance to meet one-on-one in a virtual session, that would be fantastic. I hope everyone has a great semester, and please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out and ask me any questions.